One more time with Felix Slash. I do Buckaroos. How the heck I thought I'd come on one more time because I didn't get to come on Thursday or Friday because uh, I was old and tired, man. I have to admit the truth, man. Getting some sleep was more important to me than having a beer. I was beat, man. Anyways, I digress. You make sure everything's working over here like it's supposed to. There we go. Now we're back in business. So this is a brand new beer just released today in conjunction with Show Me Brewing, Show Me Brewing, Banter Brewing. It says Shomo. The name of the beer is Shomo. Banter Brewing in conjunction with Whiskey Tango Spirits and Ozark. This is the Nobleton's barrel aged Doppeldunkel at 8.4%. Show you that beer. Oh man, that's gorgeous. Introducing Shomo, a Doppeldunkel aged in a whiskey barrel and enriched with ingredients sourced from a multi-generational family farm in Missouri. Delight in this crisp, salty, malty, sorry, my eyes aren't focused, malty sweetness by notes of caramel. I was getting more toffee than caramel earlier when I had this beer, but anyway, it's all about interpretation there. But anyways, caramel and rich flavor profile enhanced by the Nobleton's barrel, showcasing Missouri's best homegrown collaboration. Shomo. Anyway, show you the can there. Cilantro. Man, that's good. So Doppeldunkel, yeah. So he did a Dunkel last year at Banter Brewing. Then he did this Doppeldunkel, just kind of a super powered version of that Dunkel, and it was just amazing on its own. But this particular beer has sat in that barrel for a year, getting all that barrel goodness. What's interesting is it doesn't have the body of an imperial stout, right? You're used to stout barrel aged beers. Not to say this is thin by any stretch of the imagination, it's not, but it really blends with those barrel notes. Because some might say that this is not the time of the year for a beer like this, and normally I would agree, but because this one isn't so heavy, it still works. Maybe not maybe not at 4 in the afternoon when it's at its hottest, man. But right about now, when the sun's gone down, you're relaxing at home. Yeah, it doesn't feel heavy at all. You just feel the goodness of that beer and all the sweetness from that bourbon barrel. It's absolutely delicious, man. In fact, I wish I had some product from that particular distillery, but I do not. So I decided to go a different direction. Some stuff I did have, Boot Hill Distillery out of Kansas. This is their straight wheat whiskey at 100 proof. See if I can get that out there where you could take a look at her there, maybe. Here we go. Boot Hill Distillery. This stuff is really good. I've been really impressed with this whiskey. I poured myself about 2 ounces neat. Mercy. So anyways, I digress. Well, how the heck are you? Again, I'm Tom the Beer and Whiskey Whisperer. 4th of July. I hope everybody had a nice 4th of July. This is the second 4th of July in a row Two in a row, man. That I didn't have anything to drink, nor did I smoke anything. Last 4th of July, I was just about a week out of, a little bit over a week out of total knee replacement surgery for my left knee. So I wasn't drinking, nor was I able to get outside and smoke anything. But this particular 4th of July, I was working, so I couldn't smoke. I could have had something to drink, but I was so tired, I just didn't have it in me. I knew I couldn't enjoy it, right? I was so tired. Knew I had a long day the next day. So nah, I'm just going to bed, man. It just ain't worth it, man. That's what happens when you get older. You make rational decisions sometimes, not all the time, but every once in a while, no, I ain't doing it today. Whereas 30-year-old me would have said, hey, let's do it. I don't care. You got to work 10 hours tomorrow. You're going to be fine. And 59-year-old me says, no, we're going to bed. So tonight I can relax a little bit because I'm off tomorrow. Oh, mercy, Percy. Using Studio B today, or maybe this is C. I'm not sure the order. So the first studio, or Studio A would be, out there in the garage where my bar is. That'd be Studio A. For a while, I was using this one more, so I would have called it Studio B. But lately, I used the front of the TV or lately I've been over there on my couch in front of the fireplace. So I'm not sure what letter. Anyway, could be B, C, or D. I'm really not sure. But well, we're gonna call it Studio B for today's purposes. Now that I've got, I'll probably use this more now. I've got a couple things, a couple props I want to get behind me. Back in May, I was able to go see Saxon and Uriah Heep here in town at the Galois Theater. So I've got some autographed pictures I want to get up behind me. So that'll be my next project. I need to get those in frames and get them in one of the studios. I'm not sure if it was this one, that one, or that one. Well, one of them, I'm going to get those pictures up. I got that shirt out today, Saxon Uriah Heep. Anyway, I digress. Good Lord, that's delicious. Anyway, let me put that off to the side. We focus on this beer for a minute. Oh man, 8.4% this is, but you don't feel it. Well, you do feel it. You don't taste it. Let me say that. It's 8.4% and spent a year in a bourbon barrel, so you should taste some of those notes. But it never gets to the point of boozy for me. Boozy implies that it's off-putting. It's too boozy. It's hot. This doesn't do that, but it does let you taste those flavors, which is what you want. You want to be able to taste those whiskey barrel notes. You want to feel them, but you don't want it to be overwhelming or off-putting. You don't want it to take over the original beer, and that's what they've done well at Banter Brewing is they balance this exquisitely well. And I think that's a lot of issues when you decide to barrel age a beer. You need to make sure that beer can hold up to that barrel. And I think that's where a lot of folks make a mistake. So if you're using the wrong beer or age it too long, that barrel is going to take over that beer, and all you're going to taste is the barrel, and the beer is going to get lost. But here they've got that perfect balance where you can feel that original Doppeldunkel, because I remember what that baby tasted like. Perfectly married with those barrel aged notes. Your biscuits and gravy. That's delicious, man. I don't care who you are. That's just good. That's just good, man. Oh no, we drifted into after midnight. I desperately wanted to get the video started before midnight. Anyway, We'll take a break. I'll probably do something tomorrow, but then I'm back at work Monday. But I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, so I've been doing this Monday segment called Late Night News. Monday Late Night News, where I cover some current events, topical issues, and then some irreverence, as I'm known for. So I saved Monday for talking about anything political I might want to talk about, or social commentary, if you will. Uh, really looking forward to the Olympics, though. I watched the Olympic trials last week. Man, I was really getting excited. So I do love the Olympics. I do love it now that it's every 2 years that they've got the Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics staggered. It's nice. So you got something every 2 years instead of waiting 4 years. And I really love the Winter Olympics. I do, but then the Summer Games come, and I forget how much I love watching track and field. This a bunch of those track and field events. What I find odd is way back when I was a kid, the biggest event to watch was boxing. The best team we had was boxing, and now it's kind of faded away. I don't know. I didn't even no, I didn't even see any boxing on TV. Hell, it might not even be an event anymore. Hell, I don't know. It's certainly not something that's talked about a lot, or because or mainstream anymore. But that used to be the main event, or the main, the big focus of the Olympics back when. I remember watching the '76 Olympics with, when you had, all those greats at one time, Sugar Ray Leonard, for instance. I mean, damn. He came and gone, but you had Leon Spinks, and you had Michael Spinks, and there were just so many great ones that in '76. Then in the '80s, when you saw, Evander Holyfield get robbed from that, he got screwed, man. But Evander Holyfield took that and turned it into a positive and became a champion. Uh, he was shown to be unbeatable as a cruiser, went to a heavyweight where they said he was too small and became a champion anyway. He's too small to fight in this division. I remember all that bullshit. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to boxing. Nobody seems to care about it anymore. Hell, I don't even know who's championing division anymore. But there was a time where my brother and I could tell you almost the champion in almost every division back then, back in the '80s. I don't even know who the heavyweight champ is. I don't think anybody cares who the heavyweight champ is anymore. You don't seem to have those big rivalries as they did back in the '70s and '80s. I just remember back in the '70s. I mean, you had guys you knew who were going to be the champ, but you had a steady string of amazing contenders. You had Kid Norton, who was champion just for a minute, but man, Kid Norton was just a beast to watch, even when he lost, man. But there was a stretch there where you had these contenders like Ken Norton, Jimmy Young. You had Joe Frazier and you had the Quarry brothers, who you knew weren't going to be champion, but damn, they were fun to watch. Oh man! Of course, you had Big George back in the day too. There were just so many. Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers was a beast, man. It was just fun to watch back then, and now it's all about the UFC and Ultimate Fighting. And I'm not saying they're not good at what they do. I just don't have that same excitement to watch those guys. It's a different kind of sport. I see it set for it's for me. It's not. I don't see what I saw watching great boxing back in the day. I'm not saying they're not great athletes. I'm not saying it's not a great sport. I'm just saying I just don't get that same excitement for me. Let me set that down for a second. Focus on this whiskey for a minute. Just a lot of vanilla here. This is an interesting whiskey. This wheat whiskey. It almost feels like a vanilla cream like note. Because it's more than just vanilla, right? So again, that nice creamy note, that nice soft wheat body. But I get into this every once in a while. I do. Sometimes it's more than just the aromas and the flavors. It's those other things, right? For me, it's that mouthfeel, that viscosity, and this one just drinks so exquisitely well. Oh, fuck me, and the horse I rode in on. Hard Rock Tulsa. My wife and I are going to celebrate our 30th here in a couple of months. We're going to take a trip out to Columbus, Ohio. So I hope to visit some distilleries out that way. But there's a lot of breweries I want to hit. But there is a handful of distilleries along the way as well. So I love picking up stuff from places I've never been before. Some folks might say Columbus, Ohio for an anniversary, really, Tom? Well, first of all, I didn't pick it. And I think my wife might have been unaware that there were so many breweries in that destination when she picked it, or just didn't care. There's a lot of breweries out there. In fact, I didn't realize how many breweries. I knew there was a handful, but I didn't realize how many until I started looking up that area and there's the surrounding areas. There's just a lot we can get to. There's more than I'm going to be able to get to in a week, especially because we're staying right above one. So I don't know that I'm going to get much farther than that location. And there's a couple within walking distance from where we're staying. So that's going to be nice too. What's interesting here is I can taste those barrel notes, but I never, again, it never gets to boozy or hot. Because boozy implies it's off-putting or flawed in some way. It's boozy, it's hot. Now, it's not either. You can taste those notes because you want to taste those notes. It's been aged in a barrel for a year. If you're buying a beer like this and don't want to taste those notes, you're buying the wrong damn beer. You want to be able to taste those barrel notes. But like I said earlier, you don't want it to take over that beer. As long as you can still taste that original beer, we're good. And you can here, but it actually enhances the beer. Just lifts it, like having a good supporting actor makes the lead actor look better. That's what's happening here. Is you got those great barrel notes taking a great beer and just lifting it even higher. Oh, fuck nuggets, that's delicious, man. Pour the rest of that beer in there. Now I made a little room. Show you that one. Oh man, that's cool. Tell me that's not beautiful. Just tell me. Just tell me, man. Here we go. Want to make sure that was working there. So let me show you this whiskey bottle one more time, my friends. Boot Hill Distillery, Dodge City, Dodge City, Kansas. Anyways, oh man, I really like this whiskey, but I didn't pick it up in Kansas. I actually picked it up in Tulsa. This is not one available in my neck of the woods here in Springfield, but boy, it is absolutely delicious. Oh, fuck me. Those soft vanilla notes, man. I mentioned those vanilla cream notes. It just, oh man, It just hits you in a different way than say the vanilla in a bourbon. The sweet whiskey it absorbs those flavors in a little bit different way. Oh man. And the flavors and aromas aside, it's that viscosity, man. I love the mouthfeel of this whiskey. It just has that velvety, smooth feel. It's not too thin. It's not too thick. It's just right. It's Goldilocks, baby. It's just right. Anyways, I digress. Man, that is absolutely beautiful, man. The world would be a much better place if we could just bond over a beer, man. Oh. Ah. Ah. Mercy, Percy, to finish this up. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and Showmo. Let me show you this can again. Showmo, not slow mo. Not slow mo. Noble Showmo, Showmo Nobleton's barrel aged Doppeldunkel beer we're talking about. Oh my gosh, this thing is serious, man. It is serious. It's some serious shit, man. I'm not kidding. I ain't bullshitting you. I ain't bullshitting you, man. I ain't bullshitting you. Anyway, anyway, I digress. I do feel some toffee notes here. They describe it as caramel. I feel it more as toffee, or more as toffee, because caramel to me is creamier, right? Toffee's more decadent, and I feel it more as toffee than I do caramel. But that's just how I'm feeling. I would describe it more as toffee than caramel. But what's amazing to me is you got this big beer that's been aged in bourbon barrel. It's big, it's bold, it's decadent, and it still finishes nice and clean. You feel those nice barrel notes right in the finish. It's absolutely gorgeous. A very approachable barrel aged beer. Oh, excuse me. There it was. I've had that stuck for a while. I couldn't get that bastard out, but there it is. Oh, one more time with feeling. Hope I didn't get any on you. My bad. Holy Moses. I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision. Woo! Anyways, anyways, I digress. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Who else would I be, man? Who else would I be? I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, man. All around good guys, Slotch. Have a good one, guys.